Welcome to our guide to Spicewood, Texas. It's a charming little town just outside of Austin in the Texas Hill Country. We're going to talk about all things Spicewood, what you can expect to feel like living there, the amenities that exist, and then at the end we're going to zoom in on the Thomas Ranch and the new Loraloma Golf Community. Stick around because you don't want to miss what they're creating out there. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper. Hi, I'm Nicole Cooper, and if you want to know everything about Austin area real estate first, then click the bell, like us, we'll love you forever. Let's get started on Spicewood. First things first, where is it? Well, it's out west of Austin, and that makes it in the middle of the true hill country. It's about 30 miles out west. I'm going to show you on the map in just a minute. But what you can expect to find out there is everything nature-based. You're going to have rolling terrain, beautiful vistas for views, and Lake Travis and the Pedernales River. So let's get started on what it is and where it is exactly on the map. Okay, as you can see here, straight out to the west is Spicewood, about 30 miles out there, just straight out Highway 71. Once we head out to Spicewood, I'm going to show you kind of where the eating places are. There's some wineries, vineyards, there's actually a little airport out there, so we're going to go through all that. First of all, I want to start with the outdoor and lifestyle activities. We have Krause Springs, we have a couple of golf courses already, we have a new golf course going in, and we have a winery and distillery, plus hiking trails. So here we are. First of all, we're going to zoom in on Krause Springs. It is one thing that Spicewood is known for. So here is a photo of the pool at Krause Springs. It's the epitome of nature. They allow camping and picnicking out there. It does close down in the winter months, but it was founded in 1955. Krause Springs is approximately 30 miles west of Austin, but it's a 115-acre property listed on the National Registry of Historical Sites and has been privately owned by the Krause family for over 50 years. So yeah, they let people come and camp and swim and have a great time on their property in the summer months. It's closed right now because we're in the dead of winter and they do not host anyone during winter time. It's just a summertime, spring and fall place. There are 32 springs on the property, and here is their man-made pool there. So you can see how the creeks just flow throughout the property, and when we have a lot of rain and the springs are feeding, it is absolutely brilliant to go out there and swim. Here's another view of the pool that they made where the springs flow into it. And look at this beautiful waterfall, the springs just gushing over the edge there. That's Krause Springs. So here is the center of Spicewood right here, and you can see this blue water going through the map. That is Lake Travis. It starts in Lakeway and goes all the way out beyond Spicewood. It's 65 miles long, the Lake Travis. It's also called the Colorado River because it is the Colorado River. We name the Colorado different names depending on where you are in relation to the dams. So in Lakeway, that's the Lake Travis area. Below Lakeway, there's a big dam there called the Mansfield Dam. Then it turns into Lake Austin. Go on down to the next dam by the Hula Hut in town. Below that, it's called Lady Bird Lake or Town Lake. So it's all a part of the Colorado River, but we name it different things depending on what location you are between which dam you are. And keep in mind that different portions of the lake have different water levels. So for example, your Lake Austin and your Lady Bird Lake, those are constant levels. Lake Travis and upstream, those are subject to the weather, drought, rain, floods, and things, so that water level fluctuates at great levels. So when you're playing on the golf courses out there in Lakeside, sometimes you might see a lot more water than other times, so keep that in mind. Up next, after our water kind of fun outdoor activities, there is a place called Firesong Ranch. It's an absolutely beautiful spot, 15 acres, and they have 3 types of residences out there that you can rent out. And it's just, think like rustic luxury bed and breakfast style living. It's absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking views from all of the little patios of each place. Yes, it's dog friendly. And you know, it might be date night friendly as well. And by chance, if you have an airplane and you want to fly in to stay at the Firesong Ranch, Spicewood does have an airport. Now think airplane and not big jet. The runway is too small to have big jets throughout there, or the runway is too short to have major jets be able to land, but you can take a nice sized plane out there and you land right in the middle of Spicewood, and you can go partake in the lake activities or the Airbnbs and bed and breakfasts, wineries and vineyards of the area. From our airport, that takes us to, why don't we hop over here across 71? We've got a distillery and a winery. We have Spicewood Vineyards, which grows their own grapes right here. And then we have the distillery over here at Iron Wolf Ranch. Great place to hang out. They have a huge area that's covered inside, and they also have some outdoor patio seating, so you can go any time of year and be comfortable at the Iron Wolf. And here's one of their big distilleries there, and they do have live music out there from time to time. Okay, after our entertainment and then our winery and distillery, we've got to have somewhere to eat, and Opie's Barbecue is Texas famous. I mean, they have been around for a long time, and they have a reputation that people drive miles and miles to experience. And a little closer back to town here, towards Briarcliff, we have Poodie's. Poodie's actually has live music a lot of the nights of the week. Almost every weekend you can count on live music, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So it is a hill country tradition out there. Anybody that spends any time on the lake is sure to hit Poodie's at some point. I'm going to give you a couple of examples of the types of homes you can find in Spicewood, but keep in mind, by and large, you're going to get much bigger acreage, much larger lots with your property out there because it's less developed and what we would consider somewhat rural at the moment. So think about larger lots, a lot more privacy from your neighbor, and sometimes a home down a gravel road. So check it out. This one here is a new construction, 3,867 square feet, built last year in 2023. Listed for $1,289,913,000. So you get this farmhouse style with the white lines and the black trim around the windows. The kitchen and dining open to each other. You're still going to have all the white lines in the kitchen. Here are a couple more views of it. And then here's that great outdoor space I was talking about. You have a casita out back. You have a swimming pool. You have this huge covered patio up here. And look behind you, no neighbors. So that's what you can expect to experience out in Spicewood. Or the other side of the coin, you can just get land. Almost 20 acres here for $1,199,000, and then you can do whatever you want with it. You can build new, or you can ride your horse, or whatever you'd like to do. But you can see this beautiful hill country out there that people are just drawn to for miles. And I've zoomed out just a little bit here so you can kind of see where the properties are on the map. You're going to have ability to have some lakefront views. You're going to be able to be in the Barton Creek Lakeside neighborhood, the Lakecliffe neighborhood, which is right over here. And then what we're going to talk about next is the Loraloma and Thomas Ranch neighborhood. So to give you your bearings, we started up here at Krause Springs, right in the heart of Spicewood. Here is the airport right here, Barton Creek Lakeside right here, Lakecliffe right here, and then Loraloma and the Thomas Ranch is right here. Before we go any further though, let me show you the two golf courses that already exist. We have Barton Creek Lakeside. It is part of the full Barton Creek community in town. So it's the fourth golf course out in Spicewood. And you can get membership just for this golf course. You don't have to buy into the large overall membership of $175,000 to be a member of the entire Barton Creek. You can be a member of just the Lakeside for a reduced rate. I believe right now that's around $40,000. But here's a view right here. You can kind of see it's a very beautiful golf course. Kind of user friendly. It's not super long, but you do have some lake views out there, so it's really pretty and peaceful, and a very fun golf course to play. And then here's a view of the big waterfall. It's a pretty golf course, and there are homes all in the Barton Creek Lakeside community as well. And then we'll pop over right across the way to Lakecliffe. Even a little bit lower barrier entry to get in at Lakecliffe, and a little bit flatter and kind of more like a links style golf course, as you can see here on that view of the fairways. And here's a view of their pro shop and clubhouse, little patio dining out back. We've got plenty of little water ponds and bunkers and things, but it's a bit flatter and less expensive than Barton Creek Lakeside. All right, so we're moving on to that Thomas Ranch in Loraloma. I can't wait any longer to tell you about the Loraloma community. It is going to be the private portion of the Thomas Ranch community. And while it is not complete yet, we do have some renderings here of what it's going to look like. It's going to be over the Pedernales River, and this is kind of some views of inside the neighborhood. They plan to have over 40 miles of hiking trails in the community, and they're going to have kind of somewhere between a modern design like this rendering here to that Texas Hill Country design with more kind of limestone siding than this one. This one does have the limestone siding, but it's a little bit more brown, and they're going to go have some of the white siding as well. And here is the map of the Loraloma portion of Thomas Ranch. So this is the Pedernales River right here, and this is the golf course that kind of winds around it. They made as much use as they could of the views of the river, and they've added some ponds up here to, you know, add some complexity to the golf course. It's a kid design, McClay kid to be exact, a Scottish guy who has just tons of accolades. It is actually supposed to be opening at the beginning of 2025. You heard it here first. They're planned to open beginning of 2025. The golf, the homes are yet further behind, but we'll go through that in a little while. So to give you the view of this entire property, it's quite big. It's 2,200 acres large, and this is just the portion here that's the Loraloma portion that's shown on this map. This limestone gulch is kind of their pride and joy in the kind of amenities section of it. It's going to be a huge swimming hole, and around that you're going to have the amphitheater and restaurants and things. So here's another map of the area. The limestone gulch is over here. Here's kind of a blown up picture of what you can expect to find. It's a 50+ acre amenity playground. So it's going to have swimming, fishing, and everything right in that area. The farm area, you're going to be able to grow your own vegetables. Then there's going to be a boutique hotel, and that is going to just be right in the center of the Thomas Ranch community. We have the cliffside over here, which is the golf course, and the clubhouse is going to be out over, having a river view as well, with this swimming pool in the back, outdoor seating of course, because we love our outdoor seating. And then they're going to have a riverfront club where you can get to the water and have the paddle boards and kayaks and boating and things like that down at the water. Into the future, the Thomas Ranch greater area, remember I said it's 2,200 acres with over 40 miles of hiking trails. They plan, it's going to be kind of the anchor for Spicewood to become a town instead of just a dot on the map with a few golf courses around. So they plan to have retail at the front. They plan to have a healthcare facility. Right now it's looking like Baylor, Scott & White. They're going to have restaurants. They're going to have retail for shopping. And that's going to be out towards Highway 71. You move back a little bit further into the neighborhood, then you're going to have the large master planned community with different types of homes. You're going to have some multi-family buildings. You're going to have some apartments, and then behind that, single family, not inside the gate. And then at the very back, the section we've just been talking about will be that private gated area, the Loraloma portion. So all in all, this community will change the entire landscape of Spicewood into the future. Now think, we're talking 10, 15 years into the future. Right now, all we're expecting next year is the golf course. The following year and year after, we're going to start seeing the infrastructure completed and actually some houses going up in maybe 26. So it's a long-term plan, and if you want to get in on the front end, now's a good time to get in, lock in which lot you want, because always the best locations go first. So here's the rundown for Thomas Ranch top to bottom. 2,200 acres, 3,300 homes and apartments, an 18-hole golf course, of course, that's the Loraloma portion, a marketplace, restaurants, resort, and spa, healthcare facilities, most likely Baylor Scott and White, over 40 miles of trails, and they intend to keep 60% of the entire space vacant for just landscape. So 60% of the community will be natural terrain. Over the next couple of decades, they intend to add to the existing population of Spicewood, which is currently around 11,000 people. They expect to add another 6,000 to 10,000 people because of this community alone. Inside Loraloma, it's going to be the 24/7 gated area. That's where the golf community is going to be located. Right now, lots are selling between $795,000 and about $1.5 million, and that goes from just under half an acre to an acre size. The developers are already starting to build some speculation homes, so there will be homes in place. You don't have to construct from scratch. However, they do have builders in place to help you do that if you so choose to build your lot and construct a home from scratch. You can do it all. You can have help from the developer, or you can do it all on your own. The opportunities are limitless. Again, the golf course is supposed to come online spring of 2025. Homes will probably start coming to fruition in 2026. And then the community will be built out towards Highway 71 as everything grows. The amenities like the limestone gulch and kind of that center area with the amphitheater and the bar and the dance floor and things like that, that is under construction already, probably come online through 25 and 26 as well. In addition to the other amenities I've already mentioned with the golf and resort and spa, there will also be horse equestrian facilities. There is an absolutely beautiful horse barn already in place on the property. There's going to be kind of a wellness area where you can just go and sit. The landscaping will be done just so. Everything will just have the curves and arcs and things to make you feel that total zen feeling. There's going to be a riverfront park, and they're going to have multiple opportunities for dining. You're going to have the fast and quick kind of come up and eat a hamburger type place near the Limestone Gulch, all the way to very formal dining in the most fancy part of the Loraloma Golf area. Now, what is all this going to cost you? Well, at the moment, we're at the end of 2024. The initiation fee for the entire golf package is $100,000. Dues are going to run around $18,000 a year. And they tell me that after the beginning of the year, the initiation fees will go up. So if you're thinking that this might suit you, sooner is probably better. Get a discount on the initiation fee. So Spicewood overall, out in the hill country, unique, natural, kind of rustic charm. It is growing. It is going to change. If you want in on the front end, now may be a good time to get into the Thomas Ranch. If you think maybe you want to sit back and wait and see what happens, well, it's going to be a while. It's going to be somewhere between 3 and 15 years before we see a huge change. But you can't deny that everything is expanding out towards Marble Falls. Between Austin and Marble Falls, we have Lakeway, Briarcliff, we've got Rough Hollow, we have Travis Club going in, we have Thomas Ranch and the Loraloma project, and then we have boutique hotels, Airbnbs, a winery, a distillery. Everything is changing and growing out that direction. If you want to be on the front end, let me know, because I'm here to help you. And hey, if you want to stay updated on the Austin market and know what's happening as it expands, especially out towards Spicewood, then subscribe here. Let me know. Comment below. What do you think? Is this something that you think is good for the area, or you think it's just a little bit too soon? I read all the comments myself and would love to hear from you specifically. So that's a wrap. Thanks for sticking around. If you see anything in Spicewood that you want to see in person, or you want to go check out the Loraloma Thomas Ranch community, then give me a call, shoot me a text, or send me an email. I'm always available to help you find the perfect home that matches your lifestyle. Until next time, be kind to yourself and others. I can't wait to see you around town.